All right, welcome back, gentlemen. Today, we are going to be replacing, it's a little dark still, I haven't got all the lights on, but we're going to go ahead and pull that master cylinder out. I have a new one, I'll show you here in a second, that should fit, looks identical, so we're going to give it a shot anyways. I'll show you all the part numbers for that in case you need one yourself. I'm pretty darn sure it looks identical. Geez, it should fit. That flange is a little weird on the one I have, but I tell you what, we'll get this one out and then we'll set them side by side. And we'll be able to see. I got to roll this car out a little bit just so I got some room to work around the front of it, because we're going to be working on this soon. I want to continue working on that 54, and I had put a rebuilt, I was a 223. That's what the truck originally came with, the Thrift Master, I think it was called, and I wanted the Ford-O-Matics or Cruise-O-Matic transmissions. I picked that up probably 2 years ago now almost, or maybe it was last year. Rebuilt, repainted, everything else, and I put it in the truck, and all of a sudden the wife, because it was meant to be the wife's truck, the 54 F100, all of a sudden she fell in love with this thing. So she has officially given me free reign of the truck, and that means big stinky 292 Y-block build. I have a 4-barrel intake sitting over, I do have to find a carburetor because it is a small footprint pattern, unless I can get an adapter. Not too sure, but I am going to try to keep that original kind of carb footprint. So see if I can find one of those early small footprint 4 barrels, because this is the engine that originally came in the truck, and it was locked up. Every single push rod was bent. If you know anything about Y blocks, that's kind of their thing. But other than that, the engine is complete. It does have good compression. I cleaned it out. I had this thing soaking in kerosene for quite a while. It kind of has a bunch of crap thrown on it right now, but everything worked on it. Even the fuel pump, everything was perfect. Carburetor works fine, all that jazz. But I still have some valves that are just not sealing. So I'll get this to hit on like 3 or 4 cylinders, and you can hear it kind of just backfiring out. They're exhaust valves. They aren't probably seating all the way. So I do have a new gasket kit coming that does have new head gaskets. I'm going to pull off that intake probably maybe next week. Pull that all apart, take the heads off, try to see what I can to. It's not getting a rebuild or anything like that. I mean, we'll see once we get in there how, if it's wrecked, we'll be able to look and see and kind of get a feel if I can just put it back together with the head gaskets and slap those heads back on. I do have a set of, I can't remember what they're called, but they're EK8 ECG heads over there on that bottom rack that came with the second motor with that truck. It came out of a Thunderbird, so I may even clean those up. They're pretty rough. They're going to need some machine work, but I'll look around, see if I can get a machine shop to maybe take a look at them and rebuild those heads and put them on here. This is just, I believe this was an industrial engine. It may have come out of something else. Like I said, the truck originally shipped was a straight 6, so that's what we put back in there, but 80 horsepower is not enough for me. I mean, this thing probably made 120, but it sounds better. So, we'll give this a fair shake probably next weekend. We're not giving up on the Goliath. We just have a lot of piddly stuff to do now that it's running. I do have a carb rebuild coming for it. I do have the generator that we took out of this last video. That is currently being rebuilt. Still looking for the water pump seal, but the generator itself will live again. We're going to return this all back to original, button everything back up. Once it's charging, I'll go through a little bit more. I have new plug wires to put on here. We'll do a little bit more of the tune-up stuff. Carburetor rebuild kit, and then I have to work on the fuel system, because currently we're still running it off that little 2-gallon lawnmower can. Like I said, it works fine, but we'll get her charging first, and then we just have a lot of the piddly stuff to do, like making sure systems come online and checking wiring, getting all that stuff working while the wife does all the body work, because I'm not a body guy. I'm more of a rat rod kind of guy. So we'll get started on this. Let me push this old hot rod out, and so I can work on the front here. Also today I'm going to try to pull off one of these tires too, and double check the brakes, pull a drum off, see what they look like. Not sure what we're going to find in there. Fingers crossed everything looks okay and the wheel cylinders aren't pouring. They probably will be, but I have a lead on what those came from a very nice gentleman in Bulgaria that used to work a lot around these cars. I think he worked for Goliath. So he's been wealth of knowledge. I think it's Michael. Can't remember his last name right now, but I'll pull it up later because I got a good story for him because I know he's going to be watching this video. We got a cool little dedication for this car for him here in a little bit. So I will meet back up with you guys then. Perfect. All right. So let's get started on this. What do we need? Take this out. So we got a pin there. Ooh. Gee whiz. Are these pressed in or? Well, we got our work cut out for us anyhow. So what's wrong with this one is it's pouring right out of this front of the cylinder here. So I'm going to get a line, a wrench, try to pull these off. I'm going to hit them with Croil real quick, and then we'll see if we can't get them busted loose. Hopefully we can. I've hit this several times because I knew we were going to have to take it apart. Do a little. I'm going to try to save this brake switch as well. That little guy. I don't think this stuff will be in the way. I'll leave that spring on, I think. But yeah, we'll see what shakes loose in here. Don't have line wrenches, so we're just going to have to cross our fingers. Guys, yell at me if this isn't enough light, okay? So, look out. Yeah, that's pretty good light. All right, I need a 10 mil. Let's give her a shot. All right. I don't like that. Oh, it came loose. Holy cow. Yeah, I don't know if I said this in another video. Oh, yeah, it's pulling that brake line, but I think those are pretty well had it. Geez, I don't know, maybe I can wiggle it enough. I mean, honestly, they're gonna have to get swapped out anyhow. These are not, I'm sure they're full of crap. So let's we're gonna send it for now, and then I got plenty of brake line here and coils, some of that good coated stuff. And a bender. It does give me an excuse to buy a better tubing bender though. So we'll probably just end up doing that. Is it just recoiling back? Should I just cut it? It'll break free here in a sec. Don't forget to remind me to undo this, because we don't have a long lead here, so, well, I guess I can just pull them off, can't I? Ah, yeah. Easy peasy. Maybe. Well, I gotta think of that. A little bit of, there we go. That's nice. Yeah, broke free. The line break finally? Oh yeah, it did. Alright, well, we'll keep the end so I know. Ah, man, is it loose now? No, she's still. Well, I'll either live to regret that or consider it a good idea. Is this one going to turn for us? Well, these are all pretty short lines too. This will be easy to remake. This one is turning for us though, I think. Yeah, this one will come right off, I believe. I don't have my glasses on, so can't really be sure. Well, so we might be able to save this one depending on how good it is inside. Outside the line's not terrible. I mean, it will, something we'll replace eventually, but it's not real fun bending up new brake lines and making them run just where the factory had them, because it's going to bug me if I don't. Again, I think I've kind of changed my tune on this old car. I really thought, well, let's just get her going. We'll worry about looks and stuff later, but I did a lot of reading and a lot of research and had a lot of people reach out to me, and I really don't know if you ever own these cars, with as rare as they are. Found a website that details the known existing cars of all the Borgward, or Goliath at least, called Goliath Veteran Club. .de, I think that's Denmark. But apparently there is 28 of these 1100 Goliath Kombis known to exist per that website. I'm not sure that's exact or how accurate that is, but I believe there's only 11 in the United States, and that happens to be where we are, great state of Maine. And well, it kind of shifts your frame of mind, at least mine, from car ownership to car caretaker. So a lot of my outlook on this car has changed, and I think we're going to give it way more attention than I intended to give it. So the full build may take a little while. I mean, I can't afford a big concours tile restoration, but this car will be exact, I can promise you. It's like with that generator issue. I thought, well, you know what, I'll just bend up a bracket, make a bracket real quick, put in a GM one-wire 12-volt, convert the whole thing to 12s, and get an electric water pump and stuff like that. But no, I can't do it to this car. It deserves better than that, I think, at least for the next guy. Again, I don't plan on getting rid of this, and the wife loves it to pieces, but you know, the right guy shows up and has the right passion for it. You really do sometimes have to send them down the road to let the next guy kind of enjoy it. That's what happened to my Saab 99 out of 75. Zero intention of ever selling it. And I do some chainsaw, vintage chainsaw restoration and stuff, just a collector. Nothing real serious. was in the logging industry for many years when I was younger, and well, he showed up to buy 3 or 4 of my old projects that I just didn't have time for, didn't want to really mess with, old Pioneers and one old Steel, McCulloch 1010 and stuff. And if you're a chainsaw guy, you know what all those are. And well, he saw the Saab. I had it sitting there in the front yard. Hood was up, the wheels were turned. Now, of course, the hood's a reverse hood on those, you know. And boy, she was looking good. Fire red. Had nice, crap, what were those wheels? Not the arrows, but the turbine wheels. Looked like old turbo turbines. And boy, she was looking good. And he could not leave without it. And he made me an offer I just could not refuse. And, you know, he was, it was a younger gentleman. The older gentleman showed up, and he's the one that talked me into selling it. And it was a younger kid that was really into it. And that car is still around. It's actually just probably 4 or 5 miles down the road. Might reach out and see if he needs any help this summer, because it was not finished. It was running and driving. I had it on the road. It was registered and stickered. And I drove it on the road for about a week before he bought it, and I kind of kicked myself in the butt for not spending the whole summer with it, but that's what happens. Alright, so that line came free. I hope that's alright. What else? Now we got these big guys up yonder. I should probably pull that pin too. I hope it's not bent up. It is. I think it is anyways. I got my other flashlight. Yeah, she's kind of bent. I can't nose one of those tings down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Let's see if we can't just do a little lever action on her. Yeah, let's get a better pair of pliers on there. This might be. Oh, those are pliers. She's coming out. I haven't got the right pliers for this, but let's see what we can do. Oh, my overhead light died. Oh, she needs a charge. I should have done it last week, and I knew it. Oh, it broke off a piece. Boy, I don't know. Well, I guess I'll keep fighting with it. That's all we can do. I'm gonna plug this light in real quick. What kind of cars do you guys have? Anyone watching this video? Go ahead and throw a comment down. What kind of weird goofball stuff are you guys working with? I know I've talked to a few of you guys that also have channels, and you have some neat, cool old stuff floating around. It's nice to be able to hear from you and be able to see or hear about, or yeah, I mean, see. I mean, most of you guys have YouTube channels, or a handful of you did. Ooh, that light's way too hot for this closure. That's fine, I'm sure. kind of vehicles you guys running? Oh, this found a nut. That's cool. That goes to hold the coil on. Thought I'd lost it. Get the old master key out. There we go. I'm getting somewhere now. But yeah, what kind of cars you guys got? Goofball stuff, you know? Kind of goofy cars. And I like hearing about the goofy stuff. Yeah, we've all seen a million Chevelles. Seen a 3 million Mustangs. Don't really care for Corvettes anyhow. They're neat and all, but I almost bought a Corvette instead of this too. Lady from work is selling one, and it's kind of a late model one. I think 86, 87. Not really my style, but I was itching for a new project. Like I said, the wife had the 54, and I had sold the Saab, and besides my 91 GMC, I really didn't have a project going on. So I was tempted. Yeah, but then this beauty popped up, and I couldn't pass it up. She spoke to me. And the wife hated the Corvette. I don't blame her. Kind of blah. And it was that TPI. I'm not a fuel injection guy. TBI stuff I can deal with. TPI I know was a real weirdo injection system. So I wasn't too excited about that. Honestly, would probably still end up doing a carb conversion on it. They're never quite right after that. I don't know. There. No. Boy, there's no easy to get these once they're rust welded in there. Let's break her off. Let's make it hard on ourselves. And then I can try to pin it out. So, tell you what. Instead of making you guys watch all this, I'm just going to pause and I'll do all this terrible stuff. And then I'll meet back up with you when it's done. Oh, there you go. That's what happens. Alright, be right back. Well, I don't think I have to take that out anyways. I'll obviously fix it, but go ahead and this is what's weird. I don't know how this. Yeah, so one of these is a bracket. Is that gonna fit on there? 14. Oh, 14 there. That's a 12. Why can't you find the one you really need? Well, I have a lot of 13 mils. Well, another 13. There we go. 14. Alright, so I better get a shorty, a little stubby. If I can. I I'm not sure all this stuff, all these hardware is metric either. I mean, it had some play on there. But we'll try metric first, if I got one. What's that? Another 13. You guys need some 13mm sockets? I've got about a dozen. And I just don't need them. There we go. Now, I might need to put the breaker part on. Oh, no, I guess not. That one's spinning. Yeah, of course it's spinning. Why wouldn't it be? Alright. This is fine. Uh-oh. There we go. Well, that didn't do nothing. There we go. Oh no! Look out! Well, you guys can't stand on your own today. Come on. I need a cameraman, you know? How's that? Oh, that's probably bad. I liked you guys back up here better. Now let me go double check, make sure the screen's still on. Looking good. You guys can see some of that, right? I had to put my camera in weird because I got a real thick case. Some hard-on phones and wait a minute, these. I'm so sorry for the camera angles. I swear I'm not a professional. All right. Now, we did get this one broke free, which is nice. If I was better at editing, I'd edit all this stuff out. But this is not real as it gets, I guess. No spit and polish on these. This is all this difficulty is real life, not like some of the kind of YouTube channels that we love and still watch. Some of the one of the last real guys that I love to pieces, Pole Barn Garage, and he'll leave it in the video even if he is struggling. He will leave it in the video. Because it's always a learning, you know. It's, like I said, this is real wrenching on old iron. It sucks sometimes. It's terrible. You know, it's fun. We like it. But boy, it is not glamorous sometimes, and it is a struggle. Like right here, that's a weird blind nut that I can't get onto. I get the socket on there? Yes, now I got a flip-flop. But again, you have really no room to play in here. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see this can of Croyle. This stuff is the best. You cannot beat it. It's expensiver than frig, but if you're gonna wrench on old stuff, that Croyle is a sweetheart. I don't know, I said too, another thing I plan to do today is drop that gas tank. I at least want to get it out. I pulled my pressure washer out, so maybe we'll give it enough time. My wife's not here today, so I'm just by myself. which is sometimes good because I don't know when to call it quits, and she does. So maybe I'll get a lot more done today. Who knows? Alright, I'm going to put these nuts and bolts back together so I don't lose them. I got to redo a lot of these rubber cooling lines. Everywhere I look is like, ah, crap, I still got to do that. Yeah. Alright. Now what do we think? Think she'll just come off? No, I still have to take that off. Let me grab that other. Let me show you what's working. So, that's what I got. And that looks darn near the same, but I do have the bellows. I just pulled it off. So we do have to take that pin out. I didn't want to, but we're going to. But I got more of this. I hope that comes out because I did not get one of those. Well, that's all there is for lines. Yep. Alright, well, I'll work on that. I gotta get that spring off. I think that whole armature is meant to turn so you could slip the spring off. But she's kind of rusted in there. But I'm going to pause again and then I will do this so you guys don't get bored to death. Alright guys, that was a dum-dum. So, yeah, I'm trying to get this out. I got to get that cotter pin out, but boy, she is not right there. She is stuck in there. So I'll play with it later, but this simply just went in. That's just a push rod. And then she came right out. So, like that. So, let's go put this one and the new one on the bench and see what we can do. Alright. Hopefully it's a good angle. Get this stuff out of here. And, well, let me bring you down so we can kind of see what we're looking at. Take it out of the mount too. So, I mean, the flange is thicker. I'm trying to line those up the best I can right there. A little bit longer. Not by a whole lot. 1/4 inch. What do you think? Oh no. Oh no, that's going to be an issue. Because that's just a press fit. This might not work. But I wonder if I can take the guts out of this one. Let's tear into this. We'll see what the guts actually look like. Get back in the mount real quick. We'll tear the guts out of that. And see just what happens, what it looks like. I don't know. This might be an issue. Alright. Glad I have these big wrenches, because she is a 27 mil. So let's see. Cracker like that. You guys can see all that? Of course you can. Alright. That was easy. Crap. You know, oh man. That friend I made in Bulgaria, he mentioned this in one of his emails. I didn't know there was writing on there. He had mentioned that the Volkswagen one won't work. Of course, I ordered it before I chatted with him. So it's not going to work because these style here are screw-in. But I can order a Volkswagen reservoir. Because again, I mean, this is going to be the hard part we're running into with this car is nobody makes parts for this. The parts that are out there are generally probably hoarded. I know that one site that I reached out to, they were We don't sell parts to outside people. You have to be a member, and we want your serial number of your car, the engine block number, and I'm happy to provide that. But those are kind of the hoops that people have to jump through to restore these cars. I understand they got a lot of money invested and tied up into most of their members recreating these parts. Is absolutely fine. Like, I got a local hydraulic shop that's going to redo all of my brake lines for this car, all 4 wheels. I'm going to have them make them 2 sets. And I'm going to have 1 set on hand for the next guy. You know, it's kind of every owner's responsibility, I think, at a certain point to go ahead and order double and make sure the next guy that's on a forum says, hey man, I ain't got none of these. And sell it to him for your cost plus shipping or whatever. You know, not to make a buck, but like I said, if you guys, some of you folks have these, bring your old lines down to the hydraulic shop. CarQuest, if you still have them, I think they're all gone, but they're Advanced Auto up here. Some of them are still the old proper shop, and they still make hydraulic lines, but any tractor place, bring them your old lines. They will, they'll make them for you. So, you know, don't pay crazy eBay prices. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I can tell you it's going to be worth it no matter what it is. So, I mean, I'm betting under $100 at least. So, yeah, if he can make them, I'm going to have him make 2. Or make the 1 set, test them. I mean, if they look good against the old ones, then I'm just going to have 2 made. So, I guess we'll keep daring into this. I don't know. Let's, what if it just needs the seal and I can pull the seal out of this bad boy? You know? Let's keep that. That's going to go. I got new copper washers, but at least we'll remember where it goes. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it's rusty in there, but I guys got enough light. I'm going to have to bring another light over, I think. And it's pouring out. Holy crap. I might push the car in just a little bit because there's still some holes in the roof. Yeah, it's not going to hurt it any at this point, but yeah, she's alright. Rinse some of the dust off and stuff. She spent 40 years outside. What's a couple hours? It'll dry out in the shop too. So, alright, so I gotta get this little lever pin out of here. And we'll work on that. We'll see what she looks like, piston the bore and stuff. If I know what the bore is and if it's a little rough, I'll buy a thing, like a dingle ball hone to go in there. We'll do it that way. So, 1 moment, please. Alright, I don't know if you guys got that reference. Big Clive, YouTube here, does a lot of cool electrical stuff, a lot of like testing of cheap Chinese stuff and showing you kind of the dangers of it. And that's always go-to line when he's got to get something. 1 moment, please. Fantastic guy, you should check him out. Big Clive online, I think. Something like that. Big Clive. So yeah, we're going to get this little spring out of here. And that should allow us to take this piston out. And we will take a look at it. We'll set you all here while I fight with it. Kind of doing it gingerly because I don't want it to snap, go everywhere. Loosen it all up. Oh, right in the eyeballs. Where iPro? That'll be fine. Just do the old safety squints next time. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Should come out now. Well, there is a washer of sorts. You guys remember how this goes together? Ooh, yummy. Hey, hold on. Ooh. Wonder how old that brake fluid is. Alright. Let's empty this out. Let me... Oh! I got just the thing for this. Brake clean! Oh, I got some right there. Oh. Oh, that's not bad. I'm trying to get it a little dried off in there. That's not bad at all. I bet it's just those seals. I don't know if you guys can see in there. Let me put the light over. That ain't so bad in there. I should dingle ball it, but that is not what I was expecting, and I'm guessing it's just this forward seal that's rotted off. It has a lot of debris around it too. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. It feels a little jelly-like, like it, you know, rubber does when it gets hit with like, I don't know, like a gas or WD-40 or something that's not silicone-based lubricant or oil. Petroleum-based, I think it is, that makes these kind of turn into jelly. That's kind of what it feels like. It's very supple. But I think it's savable. I don't think I need to, I may need to pull parts. Oh, right, that didn't go that way. I may need to pull parts out of this new one here. But that's not terrible. I think we can make this work. Alright, so we got that. Let's clean all these up real quick. A little bit of rust in here, but not the end of the world. You know, who's to say I don't find a good master cylinder, an original one someday, and just swap this out anyhow. Ain't so bad. Alright, that's good. That's good. Let me, well, let's take a look at this thing. Oh, it's a snap ring. I gotta go find my snap ring pliers. Be right back. Told you I'd be back. Whoa. Sprung right up there. Alright, we got that, we got that. Oh, it's different. Oh no. It's a smaller bore. Alright. Well. Put this away. What do I do, guys? Do I find a reservoir for this Volkswagen one, or and just run it? Or, geez, those seals, I don't know. I mean, they feel fine, they look fine, they're not really rotted. I mean, maybe just cleaning it up and it'll be fine. It's worth that, just putting that back in there. I'll soak everything in brake fluid so it's all lubricated and stuff. But, and then this boot should fit, right? Yeah, that boot will fit. I'll clean all this up. Let me clean the crap out of this thing. The wire brush. And, I'll save this for a rainy day. Put that back together. Yeah, we'll save this for something else, or you know, figure it out. But I'm gonna go ahead and chuck this up in the vise. Go ahead and clean the crap out of it. See what we can see, and then we'll clean it out some more. See what happens. So I'm going to borrow the plugs from this unit, and I am going to order a dingle ball hone for this. I mean, it's not bad, but there's it's rough on the bottom here. I can get a lot of that out with a dingle ball. Very slight. I mean, honestly, well, no, it's bigger than, I was going to say a 12 gauge bore brush, brass brush. I mean, I could work it back and forth. It's only right here on the bottom, so, and just my finger going in and out of there. But, I think I'm going to go ahead and shoot this with some paint, the outside of it. It's really cleaning up in there. I'm going to blow it out some more, but I want to plug these off and probably this. See if this will even fit in there. We'll go ahead and give her a paint job. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, look at that. Alright. So yeah. Let's do that. Let's get this off too. Might as well. My wife does the painting, so she's going to hate it I'm going to hit it with some primer first. So we'll let this dry, and I might put a coat of black over it if it dries in time, but we will shift gears away from this and go play with something else, like a fuel tank, or maybe take a look at the brake drums. I kind of want to do the fuel tank. It stopped raining out, so I might as well do it now. It's pretty nasty in there. I do need rear door handle. Any of you Goliath folks out there? I have a lead on one that's not more than what I paid for the car. I'd highly be interested. Right now I gotta do, there we go, which works, but it's suboptimal, you know? Alright, I've sprayed this down again and again. We are, oh, I gotta lay on the ground to do this. It's all soupy crap. Alright, well, it's gotta get worse before it gets worse, you know? Alright. Well, all of these are 10 mil. Let's get that up there. That stuff can hang out for the ride. Let's see what happens, huh? Holy crap. Come out. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get some new bolts for this. That's no big deal. He's a bit chewy. It's alright. Well, I'll zip these out. They're all chewy. Uh-oh. That might be a wrench job. These are all coming out pretty easy. I sprayed them several times. Oh, even these little brackets come out. Put those in. I need a little sandblaster cabinet. Maybe someday when I'm YouTube famous, I can afford that business. Can't get to that one. These are 10 mil, by the way. And I'm gonna get those with wrenches. I'll pull those off. Not so bad. Not so bad. Oh man, those are gross. I'll let them sit in kerosene. What's that? Oh, I should probably undo this, huh? Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that. Yeah, let me get a 10 mil wrench. I'll be right back. Alright, found the 10 mil. I think this comes up. This is another thing I was talking about, not wanting to cut corners. So I didn't have high hopes for this gas tank, so I thought, yeah, well, I'll take it out and I'll deck it over, make it a flatbed and back here, and mount a 10-gallon tank of sorts underneath of it. Well, again, after reading up more on the car and talking with more folks, and I think this tank can be saved, so we're gonna try it. I think the end goal still is to get it running and driving long before it's 100% restored, but I mean, the car's not doing the world good if it's just sitting in a garage for 12 years. So we are going to run it and drive it and enjoy it, but also fix her up along the way. Oh, I got one more there. Oh, that one got bent. guys think? Am I doing the right thing, or is this too far gone? Should this go to some retiree with way too much money and a 4-car shop and a car lift? I've brought back worse. This definitely isn't too far gone. There is an article on this one, I think, on the Bring a Trailer website. If you type in 57. That's another thing we'll chat about here in a second. There's a lot of conflicting reports. I wasn't sure it was sold to me as a 58. The previous owner, he thought it was a 58 as well. Little note on the previous owner. He has a YouTube channel. Osborne Trayman. Go ahead and Osborne Trayman. If you go to my main page, under the description on the main page, YouTube page, you'll see a link down there to his stuff. And he does a huge amount for automotive history. Like, he has found commercials that nobody's seen for 15, 20 plus years. Somehow finds them, digitizes them, and then throws them on his YouTube channel. And he does have some in-person car stuff, and he has a video on this car as well that I'm going to link in this description so you can see it. Him bringing it home and kind of the history, a little bit of history over the last couple of years of this car. But definitely check his stuff out. Again, I'll put a link down in the description on this video. And yeah, so I mean, this car is on that Bring a Trailer website. I think you Google 57 Goliath 1100 or something around there, and you'll see it. It's the Bring a Trailer website on Google. And down the end, you know, they went over the history, brief stuff, wrote a quick little article about it, and then at the end they say, well, we think this one's too far gone. Of course, the picture was before the gentleman I bought it from had gotten it, so it had no wheels, no tires, no nothing under it. It was sitting on bricks, and it looked rough. It really did look rough, and it's hard to believe it's the same darn car. Just a car wash and putting the interior back together, pulling it because the headliner was sagging down. It looked horrible, and it looks like someone had just dragged it out of the garage, fresh. So yeah, I could kind of see it, but in the end of the article, they said, hey, yeah, this one's probably just best for parts. And here we are, a couple years later. Runs and drives under its own power. It's going to have brakes soon. The wife's already started on the body work. I'm going to start on some of this stuff here probably a little later this summer. Really, I'm worried about getting all the systems running and stuff, make sure everything's tip-top, and then it's just finding parts, like that rear door handle, driver or passenger door handle. Window regulators are both toasted in this poor car. I got the driver window down about as much as it'll go. That's going to be a nightmare, and I'm sure it's going to be hard to find, so that's another thing I'm on the lookout for, is both driver and passenger door window regulators. I do have a source on all the door seals. Most of them are kind of usable. I found some spray too that's for RVs, but it's meant to kind of breathe some life into a lot of the window seals and rubber parts on cars. So I'm going to give that a shot just to make these last a little bit longer. Again, I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have a giant shop, and I do have other projects. And while I want to do right by this car, it is going to be hard to sink $30,000 into a restoration. Like, the right way to do this is strip everything off. Motor, everything comes out, drivetrain comes out, and acid dip this thing and have this sit in a body shop for 3 months while all these little tiny holes and everything get filled and patched in. Well, I'm going to be able to do a lot of that, but it's not going to happen this summer. It's going to be a little bit at a time. And I said, if I ever find that magical guy that got money burning a hole in his pocket, and I think he can do better by this car. So as I said, it goes back to the beginning of the video. Something like this, you really change, you really moves you from being the owner of the car to the caretaker. Because, I mean, this car, by the time I'm done with it, will outlast me. As long as nobody wrecks it. So yeah, that's my piece. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a ramble. Check this out. I didn't know this was here. I was just looking up. There's a little hitch back here, and that's what locks that handle. And then I had noticed this prop rod has a little home right in there. I thought it just automatically deployed, but it looks like it's just supposed to hang up out there. It's pretty good shape. It's just card. This fiberboard stuff. Yeah, see, stuff like that makes me worry that, you know, am I going to be able to do this? Like, how much of a pain in the ass is it to remanufacture this or sand it down and try to save it? I mean, this whole side's missing down till here because it's all rotted out. Where's that? Where am I going to find that part? Those are the parts that scare me about this car, because like you said, you want to do right by the car, but I also don't want to go in debt over it. But I also don't want it to look like a rat rod. There was a brief period of time where I was going to say, again, before I knew anything about this car and its history and everything, where I said, you know what, screw it. Or this would be a sick little rat rod. No, don't worry. That's not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. It's got the look. It's got a really cool look and patina to it, but we got to do right by it. I know it's just a car, just materialistic things, but you leave a piece of machinery together for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. You get how many families were raised in this car, how many dads went to work, how many moms went to school, dropping kids off, going to daycare. How many memories are in this car? All the families that drove in this thing, all the fathers that supported their families. They start to develop a soul, and I know I'm probably in the rare crowd for that, but cars do develop a soul. It's not just cars, it's mechanical things. We've all witnessed it, you know, a piece of equipment or something that just doesn't really run right for you, but it runs right for the next guy, or it's easy to work on, or it just kind of runs every day. Like, there's no reason for this car to run, but it does. They have a soul. They tell you subtle ways what they want. And this one, again, with everything, nothing's fighting me. I haven't snapped a bolt on this car yet. I squared it down with Croyle. These bolts down here had no right to come out. I would not have been mad if I had to grind every single one of these heads off or drill them out. That would have just been par for the course. That 54, that fought me. And it's going to continue to fight me. This thing, it wants to go together. It wants to be on the road, and I can sense it. The right people are reaching out to me. I'm reaching out to the right people. The community for these this Goliath Borgward. Sorry, that sounds weird when I say it. Hansa, Lloyd, it's a family. These guys are on it. They have been super supportive, and I make it a point, if I get a new car, I try to join the Facebook pages and find the old forums and stuff, and like for OBS Chevy stuff, they're assholes. The 54, you know, was it 53 to 56, 57 Ford stuff? They're assholes. If you're not doing it just the way they want it to, they're jerks, and they don't share their information as willingly and as friendly a manner as these Goliath guys do. This community is fantastic, albeit small. There's probably a handful, couple hundred, maybe up to 1,000 folks that really cherish these cars, and that kind of puts a lot of things in perspective when you're restoring a vehicle. And you start to go, well, geez, these guys are onto something. And yeah, I don't know why I'm rambling still, but feel free to fast forward. But I don't know. Just kind of makes you sit back and think every now and then, even when you're frustrated. Like, this isn't going to be any fun for me, but I want to do it. Alright, started raining, but look at that, I got her loose. I'm not sure where to put the camera, so we're just gonna get her juiced up on that. See what that does. Oh, it's that hose there. Right up. Yeah. Look at that. Like I said, I pried on a little bit to break the seal, and she just was rearing to come out. So let's go. I'm going to set this up here somewhere. raining a little bit, so I don't know. See how waterproof my phone is, huh? That's it. It's a donut. Oh man, I can save this. This is savable. All these lines are no good, but I have a ton of vinyl lining. That's what this is from my Saab days. I can't get this off either. You guys be heartbroken if I drill it out or something? Someone's already tried messing with it. Maybe if I give her a couple taps, they'll come off. But yeah, well, that's what she looks like back there. Oh, you can see her. You can see her bum. Yeah. Yeah, this is the way to work on the brakes and stuff. I'll just sit right in this hole. Yeah. Well, there's that. Alright, so I might call this video just about done. A few more things I noticed. I will have to order a new one of these. It's the brake light switch on the back of the Master. It was probably still fine, but of course I got a little carried away and that blade snapped right off of there. So that's not a big deal. We can get those. That's alright. What else? Yeah, the seal. Oh crap, I put it all away. The big seal here. The one that was letting the fluid bypass and out through the snout. Yep. I didn't realize, but she's about had it. I think it was leaking through here. It didn't look that way, but I started like trying to pick around and clean at it, and it's just falling apart. So, gotta find. Geez, I really hope I can get a rebuild kit for these Masters. Maybe one of you Goliath pros can point me in the right direction. I was cleaning in this end cap. I don't know if that was meant to be glued on, but the other bit of rubber, this little guy, it was kind of poked at a little bit, and she fell right off. So I don't know if that was originally glued on or what. But it's alright. Well, like I said, we'll either rebuild it, or I'll take the that Volkswagen Master. I'll find a jug for it, and again, if it gets the car rolling and driving, I got plenty of time. I got my whole life to find a proper Master. If I don't get a rebuild kit for it, we'll find one. Like I said, my goal is this car wants to be on the road. She wants to be around. She wants people to see her and kind of be enjoyed. Doesn't need to sit in this shop for 2 years while I find just the right part. But hopefully, it's probably going to be a while for the generator, so I'm not going to have her running and bumping around. I mean, I could just off the battery if we need to move it. I'd start her up and move it around, but won't do that right off. Got a little air freshener thing in there because it is stinky in here. There's a lot of rat poop, and I vacuumed most of it out, but it keeps migrating out. I don't know how. Yeah, I got our gas tank. I got a little bit of kerosene soaking in the bottom of it. We'll let it it just rained here, but let a little bit of rain's not going to hurt it. She's had a hard life. But we're going to clean this all up. I'm going to bring it probably next weekend. I'll put this under cover and let kerosene sit in it. But next weekend we're going to take the old pressure washer and pressure wash the outside. Pour some cleaner in there, some purple clean or something, and just stick the nozzle in there, stick it in through here, and just blast it through. See if we can get a lot of the chunky rust popping out. Then my real goal is I think I can put aquarium gravel in this. Fill it up with some sort of oily fluid. I don't know what, maybe ATF. And set it in the back of my truck and drive around. And let it sit there for about a week. Every day or two, I'm just going to flip it over, and just see if all that sloshing and moving back and forth. Otherwise, it's not a whole lot of ways I can sit there and shake it. Alternatively, that's another YouTube guy I watched, Puddin's Fab Shop. Back in the day, he had an old gas tank that he was trying to clean. And had the same issue, a lot of scale rust in it, stuff like that. So he strapped it to he jacked up his little front wheel drive car, jacked it up, strapped it to strapped the gas tank to his front tire, put it in drive, and then just sat there and had a beer. While it sat there and agitated, shush, 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 spinning around and around and around. So I may do that. I don't know. That seems like fun. Seems dangerous, but my dually will do it. This is the 54. She doesn't look great. That seat's trash. Don't feel bad about it just sitting outside. It's she's rough. Bed's over there. This was a complete truck when I got it, but again, we're gonna take this cab off. You can see the cab mounts are already falling off of it down there. So I got all the good glass for it. See, she's a bit rough. I am going to keep the cab, and this is what I was talking about. My other cab's over there. I'll show you here in a second. But check out over here. I mean, these are good A-pillars here. That's good glass. Needs seal. That other cab is completely stripped, but it's rust-free. Only problem is the guy, when he was loading it, got real rowdy with the Kubota, and he creased both A-pillars there. Let's this is the 223 I put on it. Drain some of this water out. Yeah, she's a beauty. Oh, gotta get that thing. Runs fantastic. The thing sits there and purrs. Was rebuilt not too long ago. That's a 1959 223 and automatic transmission. But anyways, yeah, this cab. I have all the sheet metal front fenders and everything else too. I do need new inner fenders, but I've already sourced those. The outer fenders are fine, a little bit of body work to do them. But that cab's going to come off. And I'll show you why I need to cut the A-pillars out of that cab. I said this cab has some surface rust, but the legs are fine. It's up on bricks right now, blocking right now. Yeah. Crap. And both sides too. Yeah, different areas. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to cut the A-arms or the A-pillars out of that cab and cut these. I mean, because it's creased too. Like, what do I do? I don't know. Any body guys gonna watch this and go, hey, you know, you can just do that. This I can pound back down. I mean, this sucks too, but I can get behind here and knock those back out. Plenty of room. Yeah. Then that's what the portion of the inner fender kind of mounts to. I can flatten all that stuff out. But otherwise, this is a solid cab. So, I'm lucky to have it. I don't like that there's standing water in here. I had this covered, the wind blew it off, and this is my family's land here. I actually don't live in this town. I'm about 40 minutes away, so if not, I'd have a lot more stuff done. Really, it's just the weekends I come up here, and sometimes after work. I get out of work around 3, 4 o'clock, and by that point, kind of tired. Don't really want to work on anything. I don't know if it matters to anyone. I'm a maintenance supervisor at a medical device manufacturing plant, and you know, after a day's worth of work there, it's hard to drag yourself up here 40 minutes just to lay on the ground and work in an old shop. But I grew up here ever since I was a little boy, and so is my old stomping ground. Beautiful land out through here, though, out in the country. So yeah, what else? So yeah, I got the gas tank out. Forgetting something. That master, yeah, I'm gonna have to find a new seal for that master. I really don't want to use that Volkswagen one, but if I have to, I have to. I got those clamps soaking that held the gas tank in. My special mixture of ATF and some other special ingredients. And it's already kind of doing its thing. A little oily. Good stuff though. And then after that I'll wire brush it all. That's just kind of to liven everything up and make it a little easier to peel off. But that might be about it. Like I said, we're going to do some work on the 54 soon. If I'm still waiting for parts for this thing by next weekend. I'm going to pressure wash while I have the pressure wash out, do that gas can. I might do the car as well. But I do want to pressure wash. This is the transmission that's going in the 54. The one that came out of it that made it up against this 292. And then I've already got the gaskets ordered for the 292, so we will rip those heads off, see what the valves look like, and see if we can't get this thing going. The crappy part with this is I can't mount the starter without the the damn transmission mounted, so I'm going to have to get creative and build a jig to mount this onto to test fire it to make sure it's actually running better once I do the head work and stuff. I don't know how that happened. I didn't do that. It's a broken plug. That's all right. Oh, and I gotta find a set of exhaust headers for this too. These had those goofy wraparounds that came around the front here and then tied into this and then left back there. I had 2 sets of them and both of them are not very good. I gotta get a pair of just dual or the ram horns or something. But we'll figure that out later. That's about it, guys. I don't know. Let me know if I did anything wrong today. I could dabble a little bit more, but it's getting kind of late today and I got work tomorrow. I don't have the kit to do the carb, or I would have done that today as well. I might pedal around a little bit more. I do want to remove this fuel filter, fuel pump. I may do that too, or at least squirt it down so it's easy to come out. And I'll show people this too. I don't know if anyone's interested in seeing the original data plate, but that's her there. See, it says 1958, and gentleman I've been talking to claims it's a 57 because of the dash and a few other little things, bits and bobs here. I'm inclined to believe him. He's been super knowledgeable this far. But it does say 58, so maybe it was like a built in 57, you know, a late 57, still using 57 parts into the 58 model year. Who knows? But all right, guys. I'm going to peel out of here. That'll be the end. Oh, I need another one of these clear. Need another one of those guys. For this side. I got both the amber ones in the front. So I do need one of those. The tail lights really bad. I got headlights and all that. I have more grill stuff. But yeah, those tail lights, one of those. And there's also used to be a central horn on the hood I wouldn't mind finding. I'm sure those are expensive, but wouldn't mind snagging one of those that's meant to go on the hood face there. Just decoration. And side view mirrors. It's the other thing this car did not come with, side view mirrors. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. If you want, you can subscribe. If not, that's fine. We'll keep working on it regardless. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas and whatnot, just throw them in the comments. I try to get back to everyone. So y'all have been very, very helpful. Don't mind this green stuff here. You guys have been very helpful thus far. And yeah, look forward to doing it again.